What's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. So I've got two bits of news from Celtic, and that is that Simpson Pusey, Celtic announced his signing a few days ago, and the second bit of news has just been confirmed from the club that Johnny Kenny has agreed a contract extension for the club until 2029, keeping him there for the next few years. I have mixed opinions on both things. So the first thing, I'll start with Simpson Pusey. He looks like a decent player. Season-long loan for Man City. First of all, the player himself looks like a decent player. Premier League 2 Player of the Year last year. Looks like a good player. I have mixed opinions on Celtic loaning a player from another club. You know, I don't agree with it. I think Celtic are so lazy. I know they did it with Jota and they did it with Carter Vickers and they went and brought them permanently, but there's no option to buy, so what's the point? You know, complete waste of time in my opinion. Don't agree with it at all. He's not going to play for Celtic in the future. You know, Celtic have no interest in signing, so what's the point in my opinion? Celtic just so bloody lazy. Really gets on my nerves. But yeah, I'll throw him in against Aberdeen anyway, see what he's got. You know, he looks like a decent player. He's coming from Man City, so he must be a decent level. Jason Denayer was pretty decent when he came from Man City. Again, that was a prime example. You know, Celtic went and bought Jason Denayer on loan from Man City. Never bothered to buy him permanently, so what was the point? Complete waste of everybody's time, to be honest, in terms of a deal. The player got good experience, I guess, but that's not the point. The Celtic should be going out and getting an experienced centre-back, along with other players. But they're just being lazy. They're downsizing, they're not investing. They're so lazy. It really is annoying. But I hope he gets on well. But yeah, so he's in the door. And then Celtic have just announced that Johnny Kenny's agreed to stay at Celtic. He's looked decent, Johnny Kenny. Decent in pre-season. He scored against Aberdeen last season. I'll play him against Aberdeen at the weekend if we can. I feel more better with him playing than Adamida. I don't know what that says about Adamida, but Johnny Kenny is a good player. You know, he looks like a decent player. Personally, though, I wish Celtic again would go out and buy a decent striker. You know, an experienced, really good striker, a really proper centre-forward. I don't know what that says about John Joe Kenny. You know, are we going to go forward with him, Adamida and Shin Yamada? If that's the case, that's just, again, lazy recruitment from Celtic. I would still get another striker in, even with Kenny committing his future. You know, I personally am not convinced about Adamida. I don't think he's good enough. And Shin Yamada still has to impress. But yeah, John Joe Kenny would start on Sunday for me, just to celebrate the fact he signed a new deal. But Celtic need to go out and buy some players. You know, I've had enough now. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, Celtic, why are they not signing players? It really is annoying. It's getting frustrating, tiring. I don't think we're going to sign anybody, to be honest. I think this is it, personally. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up, you know, but it's not looking great at the moment. Champions League qualifiers coming up. We've got the Champions League deadline to register the squad next week. You know, it's just an absolute joke that the club is in this situation yet again, every single time with these qualifiers. And the Champions League in general, we're never ready. You know, we have to get there first, then we invest if we're lucky. You know, it's so ridiculous the way the club runs itself. With player trading model, it's just ridiculous. Player trading is just not up to the standards. But yeah, John Joe Kenny signs a new deal. And Simpson Pusey joins on loan for the season for Man City. That's my take on that. Good luck to both of them. I support them. Obviously, it's nothing against them. It's not their fault. But yeah, I'll do a reaction to the Aberdeen game at the weekend. Fans watch this video. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.